Hey there, thanks for stopping by. Today was not supposed to be a filming day, but I was out and about and I decided to stop in the Goodwill. I wasn't expecting to find anything, but today was a pretty good day in the Goodwill. So I got a few things and I'm going to be sharing the footage with you, and I will be headed right home to decorate with these items. So make sure you stay around to the end because I will be sharing everything that I picked up and how I styled it in my home. So I'll see you at the end of the video. And I jumped right in without saying that I have a $20 limit today, and I'm specifically looking for home decor. I love seeing the little displays that they set up in some of the Goodwills when you come in. It's so cute. They have the thrifted items here just so that you can get a little bit of inspiration for how you might want to decorate these pieces in your home. Now, I'm not one that typically leans towards word art, wall art pieces, but this little piece here I thought was really cute. It was $1.99 for this piece. The wall art section was interesting today because we're going to see several pieces that are specifically for the bathroom with bathtub scenes in it. I thought that was kind of interesting. Probably the same person donated all of these pieces. That big rusted clock was interesting. They had this Christmas sign here that you can put on your porch or by your entryway or whatever. It's interesting to me how Christmas pieces show up this time of year. Here's another bath scene. This one's really actually pretty. I like that. These are running $2.99, and I always try to come into the Goodwill on discount day. So today is discount day, so there will be a 25% discount on each of the prices. Now, although I think that's a pretty piece, it's not the current design style that I have in my home, so I have to leave it behind. I don't pick up everything that I think is pretty because my house would be a cluttered mess if I did. This piece of art here is $19.99, or that's what it resale for at the at-home store. It looks like it's brand new. It still has the corners on there, and they're selling it here for $7.99. $6 for a piece of wall art. Brand new wall art is certainly not a bad price. Well, I'm not going to tell you what I picked up until the end of the video, but I will tell you this. I spent my whole limit at one Goodwill today. This piece here is really nice. Not my decor style typically, but I just am intrigued by this piece. You could clean that up and design it there on the entryway or over a door or whatever. That's a beautiful piece. I might try that one day over a door or something like that. I really like that. Even though it's not a style that I normally go with, I say I have a more eclectic style. So yeah, that's a piece I probably should have picked up, but I didn't. Here's another Christmas piece here. This is an oversized deer. Looks like it may have been, well, it's metal, of course, so you can spray paint it if you don't like that rustic look, but I thought it was cute. This is another very nice piece, very, very popular, timeless piece here. And I almost didn't even investigate this closer, but once I picked it up, I saw how heavy this was. This is a really, really nice piece here. Now I'm over here in the glasses and I'm looking to see if there's any stemware of interest. I always take a look over here. I don't need any more stemware, but I'm just drawn to this section because there's always such interesting pieces in here. They always have a ton of mugs, glasses, wine glasses, all types of glasses, carafes, all of the things. So definitely is worth taking a look. Here's another nice chair here. This chair is like a small scale office chair, really nicely priced. It's got the wheels on it, doesn't have any arms on it. And I noticed when I flipped it around that this is a slip cover, so you can take that off and wash it easily and everything. That's a nice little piece. And you know I had to come over here and look at lampshades. And spoiler alert, I did not pick up a lampshade today. We don't need another lampshade. If you haven't seen last week's $20 thrift challenge, I picked up a lampshade there then and did a little DIY on it or whatever. So we don't need one, but I did want to take a look at this one. It's kind of like a linen look. It was in nice condition and everything. Kind of that natural shade with a little bit of rustic charm to it. Here's a little globe here. That was cute, black and gold. It was $2.99 for that piece. And now I'm coming over here to the small table decor. This chrome vase here caught my eye, or mirrored piece. It's kind of like more like a mirrored piece, I guess. I'm not sure, but it was cute. There's another vase that I thought was really nice. It almost looks like silk here, and this looks like it really has not been used at all. There's a lot of new pieces in here today, I'm noticing. Probably someone cleaned out their home and got rid of a lot of things. Here's another mirrored piece here. This is a vase, also in very good condition. Very nice here, and this one is $6.99. So that would be $5.24 with the discount. Not bad at all. They always have a lot of just plain glass vases and things like that. Perfect place to buy that type of thing. I really like the way that this one looked here. That's kind of like that smoky glass, and it's got an interesting opening there. They have those candles there that are nice at Christmas time if you like to put those types of candles in your windows. Here's a nice little mustard colored vase here with a little metal top on it. That was $3.99, plus you get your discount on that. This bowl here is really, really pretty for anyone that likes this shade of blue. This was a very nice little ruffled bowl, a very, very popular style that you see now in the big box stores even today. Here's a glass sphere that I thought was interesting. That was $2.99, and of course you get a discount on that. This little container here would be nice to put a candle in or something like that if you want to cover up the candle and just kind of put it down in something. That would be a nice piece for that. There's a lot to look at in here today. I love it when I come in here and they're fully stocked with interesting pieces. Here's another nice little vase here in this bronze colors from Garden Ridge. It was originally $12.99. That's a nice piece. And they have some faux fruit. Now, I'm one that loves to have some faux fruit in my kitchen at different times of the year, but I'm really picky about the faux fruit that I pick. I like it to look lifelike, like I don't like fake looking fruit. But sometimes you can luck out at the thrift store and find some really good looking faux fruit. That one, well, it was okay. This acrylic tray caught my eye, and I was excited for a second until I realized it had quite a few scratches on it, but that would be so nice, like for your perfumes, or you could put it anywhere that you need to just kind of elevate some things in it. You could use it in the kitchen or whatever. Speaking of kitchen, this is a nice little vintage looking tea set here. That's very interesting. I'm not a tea drinker, but I am so intrigued by little cute little teapots and little tea kettles and all of the things, but I just do not like tea. This is a nice little piece here. This is like a ceramic little house that you put tea lights in. Those are nice at Christmas time especially. Now, speaking of Christmas, you know it would not be a trip to the Goodwill if you didn't see some Christmas items. That's just the way it is here. These little stockings hangers caught my eye. They look like little stockings. I thought they were cute. Now this caught my eye. Here's some boxes with what seems to be pendant lights in here. So I had to check those out. It seemed to just be a single light in each of the boxes, but they did have two of those. So I didn't have a need for them, but I wanted to get a closer look just the same. I've been on that journey of replacing all of the lights fixtures in my home, and I am so happy to finally be done with that journey, at least for now. They also have some fall things out. Here's a vase there that says fall. This caught my eye and I got excited for a second. It is a Brookstone wine kit, like a wine opener kit, but it was not in good condition here. Somebody brought it in here and it was kind of rusted looking and whatnot. So there's the downside to thrifting. Here's a nice little set here. It looks like for like a little cheese board or whatever with the little appetizer utensils or whatever. Seems to be brand new or definitely well preserved from Oak and Olive. They had some cast iron in here today. I love cooking in cast iron. I have one that I have used forever. And this little piece here, they come out every year at Christmas time at Macy's and Belk and all the stores. It's a Gottinger candy dish in the red color. That's a nice little piece there. And then here is a butter dish, and I suspect it is Gottinger as well. When I lifted it up, I was surprised as to how heavy it was. That is definitely crystal. And check out this bowl here, that white one, that triangular shaped bowl. That would be perfect for like a large dinner salad, or I guess it's a serving bowl, but I would eat a dinner salad out of it because I like a nice large salad and a salad bowl. But that's a cute little different shape to it. They also had some charger plates in here. When I was doing tablescapes on a regular basis, I always like to check out the charger plates because that was a great place to buy it. The Goodwill lately has been having a lot of cleaning supplies and things like that. These reusable wipes, I did pick some of those up to give them a try because I go through so much paper towels. So if that's going to be an alternative to that, that might be a good thing. This awesome here was $1.99 for this small bottle. I believe you can get that cheaper at the Dollar Tree. I haven't been in there lately looking, but I believe so. But yeah, I wanted to see what they had anyway because you can always use some cleaning supplies. This is a cute little tray here, and that would be nice, just on a table. Like you could put it on an entryway table to catch your keys or whatever. You could use it as a candle holder. There's a lot of different ways you could style that. I must say, this was a pretty good day in the thrift store. They had a lot of different things to choose from. There were frames, like if you want to do a gallery wall, these were in pretty good condition, and they have multiple ones, which is good because if you've ever tried to do a gallery wall, you know those frames can get very, very pricey. Well, now it is time to head on home and style the items that I picked up. I am so excited and cannot wait to see how these things look in my home. So the first thing that I picked up was this mirrored vase here. I fell in love with this. I just really liked how it was so clear and you could see through it, and I just thought it would be beautiful to have a nice beautiful floral arrangement in it. I could also envision it later in the year with some fall stems and things like that, and that's kind of the criteria when I purchase decor pieces nowadays. Is I'm trying to find multiple ways to use them, not being just one dimensional with them. I could also see this just on a bookshelf with nothing in it. So many different ways that I could use it, but I think it's a beautiful little statement piece. So the first style that I'm doing here is with my tulips. I already have these tulips and they're kind of starting to droop and do some things here, but that's okay. We're going to get them styled up and get these flowers in here and see how they look. The vase that I'm taking these tulips out of is also a thrifted piece. It was a very unique piece, and when I saw it, I just had to have it. It's got a little rim around it with some tortoise shell, and I just thought it was so different and so unique. And I love this new vase that I picked up, or new to me vase that I picked up, because I see it as very unique as well. And I love that about thrifted pieces. You can find things that are different and things that you're just not going to see on the shelf at every big box store. And I love that. I don't know if you can really tell, but it has a very irregular shape here too. And that was another thing that attracted me to it. It wasn't just a round base. So here it is. I just think it's so, so pretty. And it just is a perfect statement for my kitchen. I already have the stainless steel appliances and kitchen utensils and things like this. And this is just that perfect pop as an addition to that. Now, before we move on to the next decor piece that I picked up, let me share with you my lunch. So first of all, you know I had to get that triangular shape bowl, and I found out that it was by the B. Smith brand. Anybody remember B. Smith back in the day? So anyway, I brought this home. I bleached it. I ran it through the dishwasher. I did all the things, and I prepared lunch, which was my salad, and I love it. Now, the next decor piece that I picked up was this little metal tray here. I don't know what kind of metal it is, if it's stainless or whatever. But anyway, I brought it home. I cleaned it up and I made it a candle holder. And I just put it right here with my candle on it. Now, this candle could certainly just be right there on that dresser like it's been. But just having it on here elevates it. No pun intended. But I just really love that for a tray. So as soon as I saw it, I knew exactly what it was that I would use it for. It was so unique and cute. It kind of had this Asian flair to it, and I just love the little round feet on it. So that's where I put it. I also picked up this little piece here. Now, like I said, I don't typically gravitate to the worded pieces of art or whatever, but I thought this was cute, and I knew that it would be the perfect addition for my studio area here. I just have all kinds of little pieces of art in here that just are just fun pieces. And so I thought it would be cute. I didn't hang it on the wall or anything like that. I just put it there. And for $1.25, it was worth it for me to just enjoy it for a little while until it no longer serves me. But it was a perfect piece. The last piece that I picked up was this wooden piece here, this driftwood looking piece. I thought this was stunning. And upstairs in my loft area, I have a lot of wooden pieces, and I thought this would be the perfect addition here. This piece is really heavy, and I thought it was a great buy. With the discount, it was only $3.75, so definitely did not break the bank. And I thought it was so cute, and I styled it here with this little wooden bowl that I already had. That's a little mango bowl that I had, and I just thought it was just the perfect piece for this space. I love organic pieces, and you'll probably see me move this around my home. I've got lots of different styling options in my mind of what I might do with them later on, but for right now, I'm loving it right here in this arch cabinet. Well, that is all that I have for today. I hope that you have enjoyed today's $20 thrift challenge video. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that you enjoy this type of content. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel and you're not currently subscribed, I would like to ask that you hit that subscribe button before you leave today, as well as the post notification bell. Also, if you know other thrifters out there that would enjoy this content, share it out with them as well. To all my returning family members, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope that I see you all over here on my next one. Bye-bye.